So pretty impressive start. She came back to Melbourne and she took up a position as planning officer at the Metropolitan Melbourne Board of Works, and it had recently launched its comprehensive plan for Melbourne, and that plan had been prepared by 55 men and 5 women, and then of those 5, 3 of them were typists or secretaries. Crazy. She then went back to the University of Melbourne because they asked her to come back and lecture. And so she was 25 years old, it was 1956, and she was teaching her Metropolitan Melbourne Board of Works superiors all about town planning. That's just loopy. She then did a stint working in regional Vic, so she prepared the Ballarat planning scheme, which I thought was pretty interesting. Thought you'd enjoy that one. And she expressed a long-term passion for planning and society. So she then retired. She kept on being associated with MPIA, obviously, but also with planning. She gave lectures on planning. There's a lot of work that she's done that you can access about explaining the role of planners to non-planners. And she was recognised by the University of the Third Age for her dedication and commitment and for sharing her love of architecture and planning with others. It's pretty awesome. And the last little bit that I've got is just, we did a 2021 Planning News interview with her, and she reflected on the planning profession, and she said, "When I started in the profession, the only people who could become planners were architects, engineers and surveyors. It was a very narrow built environment view, but I always had an interest from a social planning perspective. Over the past 6 decades, the change I see with delight is in the number of disciplines now incorporated in planning courses and the profession." So she's also a Life Fellow of the Victorian chapter of the Australian Institute of Architects, and it's about time that she becomes one of MPIA. Fellowship goes to Josephine Johnson.